Welcome to another short and sweet series where we will be moving for 30 minutes. So please come to the top of your mat. Place your hands on your hips, hinge forward and come down into standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Place your hands on the ground and step back into an all-four start position. Knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders or slightly forward of the shoulders. Let's warm up the wrist joint. We'll lean forward, pressing the heel of the hand down. Lean back, push the ground away with the fingertips. Lean forward, lean back. Lean forward, lean back. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And then come back with the shoulders above the wrist. Turn your fingers out to the side. If this feels like too much sensation, you stay still. Otherwise, we'll lean side to side. Come back to the center. Turn your fingers back towards your knees, so the inner elbows pointing forward. Maybe you can't get the fingers all the way back. They might be slightly out to the side. That's fine. We're going to lean forward and back. Keep the heel of the hand pressing down. Maybe you just want to stay still here and press the hands firmly into the floor so that you're feeling sensation in the wrist joint. We're loading the wrist so that we're creating a more resilient and strong wrist joint. Let's do 1 more. And then peel the back of the hand off the floor and shake out your hands. We're going to go straight into a downward facing dog and work with the shoulders and work with the feet. So again, wrists underneath the shoulders or maybe 5 to 10 centimeters forward. Crease of the wrist in line with the front of the mat. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees just a little, press your chest and belly back to meet your thighs, and then begin to extend through the legs. So we're going to shrug the shoulders. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears, and then put your shoulder blades in your back pockets. Shoulders up to the ears, and then into the back pockets. Shoulders up to the ears, and into the back pockets. 3 more. And then find a place in between the two, and then we'll work into the feet. So lift right up onto your tippy toes, press the buttocks back a little, and sink the heels down towards the floor. Lift right up onto your tip toes, press the hips back a little, sink back down the heels towards the floor. Lift up onto the tip toes, press the heels down towards the floor. Up onto the tip toes, press the heels down towards the floor. Let's do 1 more. Great. Release your knees back down. Keep the pelvis in neutral. So maybe we want to see what's on either side of neutral. Point your sit bones and your tailbone up. Point your sit bones and your tailbone down. And then find the neutral position in between when the sacrum is level with the ceiling. Keep the hands firmly on the floor. Feel like you're screwing the thumb forward so that you feel engagement. The underside of the arm is rolling inwards. The outer side of the upper arm is rolling outwards. So what I mean by that is there's a press down into the thumb, and then there's a rotation outwards around the shoulder joint. So you feel like you're putting your armpits down towards your waist. And then extend back your right leg, ball of the foot on the floor. Then lift the right leg up. Try and keep the sacrum level. Ankle rotations. Change direction. Come back to stillness, put your knee back down, change sides. So left leg goes back, lift the leg up, ankle rotations. Change direction. Put your knee back on the floor. cat-cow, and then lateral flexion, cat and cow. So lengthen through the spine. Feel like the crown of the head and the tips of the ears want to touch the wall in front of you. Feel like the sit bones want to touch the wall behind you. Press the back of the neck up towards the ceiling so we're not just letting the weight of the head sink down. Your shoulders will thank you for it. With your next inhale, punch your sit bones up. Let your belly button move towards the floor, the breastbone moving forward between the upper arms. Lift the chin, look up. Exhale, round your spine like a big angry cat. Inhale into the cow pose. Exhale into cat pose. 3 more. Two more. One more. And come back to your neutral. This time we're going to side bend. So we're going to take the right ear as close as you can towards the right hip and the hip towards the ear. And then back to center. And then side bend to your left. Back to center, side bend to your right. Back to center, side bend to your left. Back to center, side bend to your right. Back to center, side bend to your left. And again, go to your right. And again, go to your left. One more time. Then we'll take a little rotation. So trying to keep the pelvis level. So really stabilize. Feel the feet pressing firmly into the floor. Imagine that you're pressing the knees down into the ground. It's as if, for some of you, it might feel better to feel like you're squeezing the knees towards each other. The action of using the adductors on the insides of the legs might make you feel a lot more stable. For some of you, to activate maybe the glutes and the abductors might feel better. So feel like you're pressing your knees away from each other. Just see what feels more stable for you. And then keeping the sacrum pointing up the ceiling, the right elbow will come to the floor. Now maybe if I went too far, my left hip would lift. So we want to try and keep the pelvis level. If the right elbow comes down, it does not need to touch the floor. It may do, but it doesn't have to. Right elbow down, come back up. Left elbow down, come back up. Right elbow down, come back up. Left elbow down, come back up. Keep it a continuous motion. You'll notice that you're twisting side to side from your waist. Let's do one more either side. And then release. From here, we're going to come back up to our downward dog. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, press the chest and belly back towards the thighs. Find your downward dog. So maybe a little soft bend in the knees. You are pressing the sit bones back, lengthening through the spine, ears down between your upper arms. Lengthen the back of your neck and hold the position. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Solid down into your heels. Make sure that the feet are hip distance apart. Center of your kneecap in line with the center of your foot, in line with your second toe. Let yourself fold down so you feel your belly on your thighs and you feel your collarbones moving towards your knees or shins. Take hold of opposite elbows. Let your arms just move freely. So let them swing for a moment and let them relax. Let your head sink down so there's no tension, no holding in the neck. And especially for those of you wearing glasses like me, we can sometimes try to keep our glasses on. Let your head hang. If the glasses hang too, that's absolutely fine. Keep weight in your heels. If you're doing this early in the day, you've probably got a lot of tension around the shoulders. If you've got a lot of tension around the shoulders, you've probably got a lot of tension around the shoulders, no matter what point of the day it is. So let that all melt away. Shake your head no. Nod your head, yes. We'll hold for another little while. Come back to stillness. Release your hands. Straighten your legs. Feel into your lower vertebrae and begin to stack one vertebrae on top of the next. Imagine that you are trying to pull the two knees away from each other. Eventually, your shoulders will stack above your hips, your skull above your rib cage above your pelvis. Arm swings, right arm forward. The chest can rotate a little bit to follow the arm, that's absolutely fine. Want this to be free and easy, it's just a swing. Swing the arm back. Use momentum here, that's okay. And release, other side, left arm swings forward. Switch direction. Left arm swings backwards. And release. Step to the middle of your mat. Right arm reaches forward. Right thumb faces up. This time we're going to wrap our left arm around our waist so that you have your hand to keep you honest. The right arm is going to come up beside the right ear. We're going to internally rotate and then slowly bring the right arm down without letting the ribs follow the arm. We're just going to do 3 like this. Then go back into the start position all the way up. Internally rotate and come down, keeping the internal rotation. Try not to follow the arm with the waist. And then let's change direction. Go down, open the arm, external rotation, come up. And back to the start position. Go straight down, externally rotate, come up. And back to the start position. Go straight down, open, and reach back and up. Feel like you're moving through thick honey. Release your arm down. Left side. So I keep my right arm across my waist to keep me honest. My left arm reaches forward. I come up until I can't go any further. And then I internally rotate the upper arm. And then I come all the way down. And forward, up. Internally rotate, down. And forward, up. Internally rotate, down. And forward. Try not to lean to the side either. Let's go down. Externally rotate, up. And forward. Down, externally rotate, come back, up and forward, down, externally rotate, back, up and forward. Lovely, release. Now we're going to do the one that really messes with our brain. We're going to try and move the arms in opposite directions. This one I will allow you to be a little bit more fluid with the waist because I want you to use momentum. So right arm will swing forward and go slow first. Right arm will swing forward. And then when you've got that going, what would it feel like to let the left arm swing back? So right arm is going forward, left arm is going back. We're rotating at the waist. So when my arms are out to the side, and my right arm is back, I'm facing my right. And when my left arm is back, I'm facing my left. When the hands are beside my hips, I'm facing forward. And when the hands are, my upper arms are beside my ears, I'm facing forward. So let's just continue to do that. You can do it as slow or as fast as you're able. Clap at the top, switch direction. If you're still struggling, it's left arm forward, right arm back. You can go super slowly. Let's just do 2 more. And release. Shake the body. All right. Step to the front of your mat. Spread your toes nice and wide. Center the hip. ASIS in line with the center of the knee. So hip points, should I say. In line with the center of the knee. In line with the center of the foot. Pelvis is in neutral, neither forward nor backward tilted. My ribs sink down to line up with my pelvis. My chin's parallel to the floor. The crown of the head is lifting up towards the ceiling. There's no pop forward in the ribs. There's no overarch in the low back. There's no over round in the upper back. Let's stand tall. Lift and spread your toes and then place them back down. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side and up. Lengthen. Exhale, fold forward and down to the floor. Fingertip the mat, right leg steps back. Keep the right knee off the floor, left knee above left ankle. Press back through the right heel. Extend your spine a little, look forward. Downward facing dog, step the left leg back. Knees hover just above the floor. Lengthen your spine, bring the back of the neck up towards the ceiling. This is one where the neck can hang down. Downward facing dog. Knees down. Tops of the feet down, keep them firm, inner elbows forward, chest and chin down, or maybe just a cow and a cat. Forward into your cobra, shoulders in your back pockets. Pubic bone pressing into the floor, back into your downward dog. The right foot stepping forward to the front of the mat, the left leg is your back leg. Left foot steps forward beside the right foot, deep standing forward bend. Inhale, reach to the ceiling, extended Tadasana. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side and up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, folding forward from the hips. Fingertips on the ground, left leg goes back this time into a high lunge so the back knee is off the floor. Extend through the spine, kick out through the back heel. Downward facing dog. Knees hover just above the floor. Keep the spine long. Downward facing dog. Knees, chest and chin to the floor, or take a cow and cat. Inhale to cobra if you've taken knees, chest and chin. Pubic bone down, head for the upper arms back. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward to the front of the mat. Right leg extending back. Step right foot forward to the front of the mat, standing forward, bend. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, lengthen. Exhale, hands in front of your heart in prayer. Close your eyes, be with your breath for a moment. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward and down from the hips. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Right leg goes back, keep the right knee off the floor, left knee above left ankle. Keep the right hand on the floor, keep the hips level so we rotate from the waist, left fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Hands go, left hand goes back down, step back to downward dog. Knees hover just above the floor, floating table. In your floating table, do a cow pose. Lift the sit bones, lift the breastbone, look forward. Do a cat pose, round the spine. And then back up to your downward dog. Knees, chest and chin towards the floor. Inhale to cobra. You know you can do cow and cat there if you want to. Exhale back to your downward dog. Right foot steps forward to the front of the mat. Left fingertips stay on the floor. Reach the right hand up, keep the pelvis level. Put the right hand back down. Step forward, standing forward, bend. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward and down from the hips. Left leg back, keep the knee off the floor. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Put the right hand back down. Step back into your downward dog. Knees hover above the floor. Inhale, knees stay off the floor, do a cow pose. Knees stay off the floor, do a cat pose. Come back to neutral. Go all the way back to your downward dog. Knees, chest and chin towards the floor. Cobra. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps to the front of the mat. Left fingers up towards the ceiling. Put your hand back down. Right foot steps to the front of the mat. Standing forward bend. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. Let's do one more round like this with some more variations. Inhale, reach out and up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward and down. Step your right leg back into high lunge. Reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Put the hand back down. Step back to downward dog. Knees down. Hover the knees above the floor. Cow pose, extend the spine. Cat pose around the spine. Press yourself back up into your downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to extend the right leg up, open the hip, and take the right heel as close to the left bum cheek as you can. Lift the knee higher, lift the knee higher, lift the knee higher. Neutralize the pelvis, so we square off the pelvis again. Put that leg back down, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Cobra if you're taking it. In Cobra, look towards your right heel. Back to center, look towards your left heel. Back to center. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot back to the front of the mat. This time, right hand lifts towards the ceiling. Right hand goes back down. Step left foot to join the right foot. Standing forward bend. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach out and up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward and down from the hips. Step left leg back into lunge. Right arm to the ceiling. Twisting the waist. Right arm goes back down. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Extend your left leg, three-legged dog. Open the hip, take your left heel towards your left buttock. Lift your left knee higher. Point your left knee towards the ceiling. Kick your left bum cheek. Neutralize the pelvis and then bring that foot back down. Knees down towards the floor, cow and cat. Knees are hovering. Back into your downward dog. From here, we are going back down, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Look towards your left foot, side bend. Look towards your right foot, side bend. Back to neutral, back into your downward dog. Left foot steps forward to the front of the mat. Keep the right foot firmly on the floor, left fingertips to the ceiling. Take that hand back down, step forward one last time. Forward bend. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes and be with your breath. Release your hands. So we want to start with the pelvis in neutral, and we're going to segment the spine as we roll down to the floor. So rather than already having a forward tilt, try and keep your pelvis at neutral. Tuck your chin in towards your throat. Begin to round your spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the knees centered so the center of the knee is still above the center of the foot. So we slowly come down. Only now are we beginning to round the lower back. And then when you're ready, step back to an all fours position. Once you're in your all fours position, we're just going to do what's called cleaning the barrel. So imagine that there's a big cask around your body. And with the top you're wearing, or your t-shirt, we're going to clean that. So what I mean by this is we move the torso to the right, down towards the floor, over to the left and up towards the ceiling. So we're moving the shoulder blades through their whole range of motion. And then change direction. Come back to stillness, walk your knees back a little. Take the pelvis down to the floor, elbows directly underneath the shoulders. So this is Sphinx pose. So the elbows under the shoulders, the wrists in line with the elbows. The feet press firmly down, the pubic bone presses down. Hip points feel like they want to lift away as I bring my breastbone forward like it's buoyant and it's lifting up towards the ceiling. I'm going to hold here for about a minute. So this is active. I don't want us to be sinking into it. You feel like you're pulling your elbows back towards your pelvis. The pubic bone always pressing into the floor. The buttocks are engaged. They're not rigid, but they're engaged. Pelvic floor is working. We're stabilizing the low back. And we keep lifting as if the breastbone and the top of the ears want to move all the way up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to release. So you'll take the elbows out to the side. Take the chest down. Take your right elbow out so that your right elbow lines up with your right shoulder and your wrist lines up with the elbow. Reach your left arm straight forward towards the wall in front of you. Slide your right knee out to the side so that your right knee is in line with your right hip and put your ankle in line with your knee. Look towards your right elbow and relax. Dead man pose, they sometimes call it, or flapping fish pose. Switching sides, straighten out the left leg, reach the right arm straight forward. Left elbow in line with left shoulder, wrist in line with the elbow. Left knee moves out to the side to line up with the hip, ankles in line with the knee, we're looking to the left. Come back to center, straighten out your leg, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself up to all fours. Lie down into Shavasana. Lie down into Shavasana. We're going to take 5 breaths together. So I'll give you a moment to come into Shavasana. Lying down on the back, hands beside the body, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed, tongue relaxed in the mouth. Exhale until there's no more air to exhale from your lungs. Inhale. Pause at the peak of the inhale. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale. Pause at the end of the exhale. Hold the breath out for a moment. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Now you let your natural breath return. Let the body breathe for you. Thank you for joining me for another short and sweet practice. Until we meet again, Shia Khan.